So in the Java backend development architecture, you have something called a servlet, and you have a servlet engine or a servlet container. Some people refer to it as application container. So servlets are what enable Java applications to communicate over the web. Essentially, the main thing is servlets allow you to implement the HTTP spec within Java. That is the hypertext transfer protocol for client-server communications. So servlets enable you to implement that. And once you implement the HTTP specification, the Java code that results from it, you can throw it inside a servlet engine. An example of a servlet engine is Apache Tomcat. And the servlet engine will handle the work of routing requests to the specific parts of your code. So if somebody requests for a web page like get index.html, the servlet container will be the first one to pick it. Once the servlet container receives that request, it will determine which part of your backend Java code should be invoked for that request to be accomplished. So that's the importance of Tomcat. And even when you don't interact with Tomcat directly, you still interact with it indirectly. For instance, within Spring Boot, like I mentioned earlier, Spring Boot does internal packaging for an inbuilt embedded Tomcat container. So whether you are setting up a Tomcat instance separately or you are just running your Spring Boot application, Tomcat is always involved. Very few people do a standalone setups for Tomcat, so it's a rare thing, but some people still prefer to do that. I know in my own setups, I prefer to have Tomcat set up standalone because it allows me to do some custom configuration like supporting HTTP2 and stuff like that. So, and also it allows you to have a very custom backend. So you can do a lot of interesting things if you are able to set it up and configure it and manage it separately from your Java code. Great.